Hey, a brand new episode of the Happy Productive Podcast is about to begin. It's time to be inspired by simple and actionable solutions for you and your business. If you're an established entrepreneur or just laying down the first brick of your future empire, the mantra is the same. We will flip any failure into a positive and use it to our advantage. This show is all about turning coal into diamonds. With the right plan and mindset, anything is possible. I'm Jennifer Dawn, your host, business coach, and founder of Best Planner Ever, and I'm here to help you achieve all your ambitious goals. Success is closer than you think. Let's do this. Hey, welcome to today's Happy Productive Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about profit first, and this is something that I feel pretty strongly about, that all business owners, I know that's a bold statement, but all business owners should really consider using in their business. It's something that I use in my business and that I use with almost all of my coaching clients. And so if you've not heard of Profit First, this is the episode to be listening to, because I'm just going to give you a little bit of the down low on what it is and what it's all about. So Profit First is a book. It was written by a lovely gentleman, Mike Michalowicz. If you've ever heard him speak, he's a fantastic speaker. He's a great writer, and he's written several other books for entrepreneurs. And the way that I was first introduced to Mike, well over a decade ago, when I was the president of a women's networking group based out of New York City, I was in charge of bringing in the monthly speakers. And so I brought Mike Michalowicz in to speak to our room full of women entrepreneurs. And as I sat in the audience and I listened to him share his story and talk about the system, I'm not exaggerating when I say I was like, holy smokes, I would have spent millions of dollars better if I'd had this system in my business. I really liked it that much. And so I started helping all of the members of our organization get on the Profit First system because it was a networking and mastermind group. But I still was just like, I loved it so much. And everybody else loved it too. And so started just kind of, helping our women get on this program. So when I left the women's networking group and I went out on my own to start my coaching practice, Mike actually found out that I was out on my own, and he approached me and said, Jennifer, I really need you to start my mastermind group and for his organization for Profit First. And so that's what I did. For about 2.5 years, I worked directly with Mike, really at that ground level, helping to train his coaches, bookkeepers, and accountants, everybody who was certified on Profit First, helping them to implement it in their business, and then also helping them to help their clients implement it in their business. And so I've worked a lot with Profit First. I loved my work with them as an organization. And what happened was my business just really got to be much, much larger. It needed all of my time. So I stepped away from running the mastery group for Profit First, but I still continued to use the system in my business. So overall, when you are interested in learning about Profit First, obviously I have a website, there's a book, you can get it in Audible, you can get it in printed form. But in a nutshell, the concept behind Profit First is running your business on a system of percentages. Now, why would we want to do this? Well, as business owners, we will often have all of our expenses in one big checking account, right? All the money comes in, all the money comes out, and normal human behavior, we will usually spend whatever is in the account. The other thing that will happen as business owners is that when there's a bunch of money in the account, we'll make financial decisions based on that bank balance, right? We'll look at the balance. Oh, there's a lot of money there. I can hire somebody. Ooh, there's a lot of money there. I can invest in these marketing services. I can do whatever I need to do, right? But we forget that money that's in there is often earmarked for other things in the business. And so we make these financial decisions. We're like, oh, I was so flush with money. Then we get out there and we spend it. And then it's like, I can't make payroll. Like, what happened? Where'd all my money go? Well, this is part of the downfall of keeping all the money in one primary account, because we're going to look at that account to make our decisions, but the money is earmarked. So the concept of Profit First is to actually create multiple accounts where, as the cash flows into the business, it is then earmarked and to go into those other accounts. And based on a system of percentages, you will allocate the money to the other accounts. Now, what are these other accounts? These other accounts are things like your profit, right? thus profit first. And I'm going to circle back to that one. Tax, because if you're a profitable, healthy business, you're going to have a tax liability. I assure you, it's much better than losing your pants and being in debt and all of that. No, it's okay to pay those taxes. And so we have a tax account to set aside money so that when the tax bill comes due, we have the money to pay it. I get many clients who come to me and because they got a big bill from the IRS and they're like, Jennifer, how do I make sure this never happens again? And my answer is always, we need to get you on profit first so that we're setting aside this money for your tax obligation ahead of time. And then when the tax bill comes due, you can always pay it. Some of the other accounts include your operating expenses, owner's pay, so that the owner is actually being paid a fair wage from the business. An inventory account, we could call it inventory. Profit First calls it mats and subs. Those are materials and subcontractors. For my planner company, because I do have to replenish inventory, I take a percentage of all the incoming revenues. It goes back into the inventory account. So that way, when I need to buy inventory, I've got the money there to do it. So that's the basics behind the system, is that as the money comes in, it's divvied up by percentage into the different accounts. And it's truly, it's a life-changing and a business-changing system to get on. Now, when you go and you read the book and it's all going to be perfectly logical and make perfect sense, but so many entrepreneurs, when you go to actually get on the system and start using it, you might find that it's like, wait a second, it seems so simple. I understand the concept, but how do I actually do this? And in that situation, I would say definitely get help. Reach out to us. It doesn't take a lot of help. It just takes a little bit of help to get you pointed in the right direction. And then stay consistent with it. Make sure that you hold yourself accountable, because the real value to Profit First is going to come in from using it over the long haul. If you get on it and use it for a month, it's not going to do you any good. In fact, all of my clients who are on Profit First, when COVID hit, they sailed through it. They had the cash resources, their money was set up, they had surpluses, they could pivot quickly. They really didn't struggle financially with COVID. My clients who had been meaning to get on Profit First and hadn't yet done it, they were the ones that actually struggled because they were not already on the system. And so I can go on and on about all of the benefits of Profit First, but one of the things I want to circle back on is the profit account. And the concept behind this is to set aside your profit first, meaning you don't spend everything that's in the account and you start to build the healthy habit, setting aside your profit first and then living on what's left. Because we're business owners, right? We're creative. We're going to make it happen based on what we've got. So if we just have a little less and we make it happen with that, we'll do it. It's super easy to live on less when you know what you have, and to have that money separated in a separate account, and you start to build the habit of saving. Okay, we get into the habit of trying to get out of our debt, but we don't build the habit of saving alongside with it. And so Profit First will help you to do that. You guys, it's a super great system. I use it in my own businesses. I use it for myself. I do a ton of Profit First coaching. So I just wanted to create this little episode that if you had questions about it, you weren't sure, is it right for your business? Yes, it almost certainly is right for every business. If you have trouble with, I have to set up all these accounts, get over it. It's okay. It's really not that big of a deal. You go set up the accounts and then we start to use the system. There are definitely ways to structure your Profit First on fewer accounts. And that's why I suggest that you work with a professional to make it work for you. Okay, so if you've read the book and you were like, I don't know if this is for me, I promise, just reach out, talk with us. I can help you set it up in a way that will work absolutely with you. You'll love the system. And I like to work within your habits of how you like to operate. But please consider it. If you haven't heard about it, definitely check it out. All right, you guys, that's it. This is our Profit First episode. I hope you check it out. I hope you use it in your business. And I hope you get out there and have a happy, productive day. Bye, guys. I hope you found today's episode of the Happy Productive Podcast inspiring. Every successful business is formed by a set of small, consistent, and attainable steps. If you want to learn more, come visit us at jenniferdawncoaching.com to take your next step and learn how to meet your business goals. On our website, you're going to find free resources along with links to the life-changing coaching programs that have transformed the lives of so many of our clients, including the Coaching Academy and our Unbreakable retreats. Many of them started their journey by listening to this podcast. That's it. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for our next episode.